So we got a very impactful sermon, as I told y'all before, to be here. All right? We got a very good show. Sunday's sermon is in session. Shout out to my brother Ralphie, the pillars, all the moderators here. Who's here? Shout out to TJ McAvoy Jensen. I hope we got some other moderators come through. Conwis, Jeremy Rosa, Reckless Notion, Luis Cordero, Man of Tomorrow. Great to see you, man. Man of Tomorrow also has some great content. A lot of wisdom on his channel. Adrian D. Shout out to Mr. Malevolent Elephant. Great to see you as well. It's Happy New Year. We got a lot of somebody asking, so what is SYSBM? We're gonna break that down to you because it's a growing trend. And just like a lot of we'll get into all that. We'll get to all SYSBM and the myth of the independent woman. All right. We'll get to all that. And as well, we got a video. I might go live tomorrow, but I might have a video. One of the two. If I go live tomorrow, then for a lecture, then I'll have a video for sure on Tuesday. If I don't go live tomorrow, I'll drop a video tomorrow. Right? So, SYSBM. Right? Shout out to Mr. Young Viking 5151. Dropping his shekels early. Shout out to men who do support me. This is Sunday. If you haven't simped this week, support the stream, donate to the church. If you appreciate my content, my channel, you appreciate when I speak the truth, support me on this wonderful Sunday. Now, here's the thing. There comes a time where an individual, men, get tired. Oh, and for any of you trolls who want to say some smart, slick shit in here, trust me, we got guys who are going to shoot you down. Now, some of you might say, what is SYSBM? Well, I'll explain. Just like men going their own way, MGTOW, you have to understand. There comes a time where an individual, in this case, a group of men, get tired and sick of these circumstances, the cards that they've been dealt or given. Everybody knows what MGTOW stands for, men going their own way. Everyone knows what IBMOR stands for, introspective black men, or for the most part, introspective black men of reform. Everybody knows the red pill is. So, for all my SYSBM brothers, I myself included, it stands for Saving Yourselves, Black Men. Your camera is a bit too close to your face. Well, I don't know how to fix that. I'm not talking about that shit. Black men. Now, for all my Caucasian and Hispanic brothers there, and Asian brothers, and Indian, Middle Eastern brothers, you've been given a better hand when it comes to women. Let's be honest. You've been given a better hand that you've been dealt. And we'll break down what SYSBM means and what it stands for. Save yourself, black men. Now, why is this on the rise? Please, if you want to spell my name, please spell it right. D-A-R-I-U-S. Right. I remember I told my mother one day, when I was either 10, I was 11 or 12 years old, and I said, Mom, I don't think I want to be with black women. I don't like them. Okay. Well, you got to understand something. A lot of black men, a lot of black boys have this mindset. All right. Black women, and for all you Hispanic men, white men, Asian, you guys have been dealt a far better hand as far as women than us black men have. Now you might say, oh, women are like that. Well, chances are you got with a single mother of three, probably, a woman who's hopped around, was bar hop. So oftentimes you've seen red flags, but that's for another segment. Black women are so damaged. And for you men who say, man, my mama black, man. Yes, I'll say Hispanic women are far better than black women. White women are far better than leave the whole award and all this other goofy shit. Not goofy shit. Leave this other, all this fucking you guys want to come here and say, oh, all women are like that. No, the fuck they're not. See, a lot of guys want to say, well, women in general are damaged. Now sit your ass in time out, because this is not the place for that. And like I said before, majority of you men in here who have showed up and found the red pill, you've intentionally looked over red flags. I myself included. So this is not the victim/pity party channel. Right? All you men in here who have dealt with black men of some shape, form, or fashion know what I'm talking about. Now, for my Caucasian brothers, my Hispanic brothers, my Asian brothers, you have not been with a black woman. So for you to come in and say, well, all women are like that, no, you have not been with a black woman. If all men say, you trade one problem for another, go sit your ass in timeout. Guys, I continue to tell you guys, stop with the whole award and all women are like that. Please stop doing it. You have to understand, when you say award or all women are like that, it means that every woman has a certain reproductive strategy, which means seek out the man of highest value, resources, provisions, strength, protection, etc., etc. That's what award is. But they do it in different forms and shapes, forms and fashions. Okay? We're talking about the experience, you fuckheads, the experience with black women as opposed to Asian, Hispanic, or white women. I'll say that again. We're talking about the experiences with black women versus Asian, white, and Hispanic. Now, there are some Asian, white, Hispanic women who do some shady, goofy shit, but as opposed against the black women, it's on a whole different level. Trust me, it's on a whole different level. Hey, Darius, what's your opinion on mixed women? Hit the super chat and I'll tell you. If you guys have any questions, hit the super chat. We was 67,000 subscribers deep in this thing. We'll be at 100,000 soon. Show some support. Shout out to Man of Tomorrow. Thank you for support. Idaho Model Shipbuilder. Happy New Year, Juice. Shout out to Mr. Brown, Hornet 975. Happy New Year, Darius. Thank you for seeing all you guys for being here. And I'm going to break this stuff down for you guys. For all you men who say, well, all women are like that, you haven't been with the black woman before. And I guarantee you the men who in here who say, well, all women are like that, you never been with a black female. Right? So the Mr. Rodriguez's, the Mr. Hernandez, the Mr. Martinez's, the Juans, the Miguels, my Hispanic brothers, the Lopez's, you come in here and say, well, Darius, Hispanic women be on some bullshit too. No, not as crazy as and disrespectful as black women, because I interact with Hispanic women, and I've been with Asian women, and I've been with white women, and I've been with Indian women, and I've been with black women. And the amount of disrespect and headaches that the black women will put in your life is just crazy. Somebody says they're from the hood, so he knows how to handle black women. The fact that you have to handle a female shows that you shouldn't be dealing with her anyway. Now, SYSBM means save yourself, black man. Because quality black men, educated, good black men, are saying, you know what? I'm not a dirty dick, Rodney, Tyrone, Felony Fred, Misdemeanor Marcus, Ray Ray type of guy. And we all know black women salivate over those type of guys. Right? See, my Caucasian brothers, my Hispanic, my Asian brothers, you don't have a Tyrone or Ray Ray in your sort of community, right? You don't. You don't have that sort of type of individual type of guy in your community. You don't have an educated lane type of guy. Right? And this where you guys who brothers in here who are not black don't understand this. See, here we go. All women are the same. Go sit your ass in timeout. No, they're not. We still got guys in here in 2019. All women are like that. All women are the same. You guys will never grow. Let's continue with this conversation. So you have to understand where black men are coming from. Black men are starting to travel. Black men are starting to deal with women of other races. And for all you non-black men in here who say all women are like that, you haven't dealt with a black woman before, son. I promise you haven't. Because if you did, you'd be like, damn, you're right. There are too many black women who are trying to be like men. And it's disgusting. Too many. Too many masculine black women who want to fight, who want to call you a bitch ass nigga. It's really sick and disheartening. How quality men in the black community, men who are intelligent, successful, versus the Ray Ray Tyrone criminal jailbird type of guys, how they get the best of the best, or I should say, how they get the women in their primes. See, for my Caucasian and Hispanic and Asian brothers in here, women in your community, the quality top-notch women, you should say, there's no men in jail that they're really chasing after, right? You might get a couple here and there. But the growing trend is that black women love, salivate over criminals, spread their legs for thugs, and have children by degenerate individuals. Men who wear their pants down their ass. Right? He says, you're confusing black language. Yeah, with natural languages. I don't even want to read anymore. Go just get your ass in timeout. I'm just going to put guys in timeout. I just don't feel like it, right? There's a lot of black men who are saying, fuck this, the hell with this. I'm going to deal with either other races of women or I'm going to get my passport. See, for my white brothers and my Hispanic and Asian brothers, you don't have to deal with a woman, for the most part, choosing a guy with swag and a mouthpiece over a guy who's of quality, who's educated. You don't have to deal with that. See, this is why I tell you guys, my non-black brothers in here, you don't understand what black men go through for the most part. Shout out to Mr. Bloody Ray. For the most part, my non-black brothers, you have it good anyway. In a way, you've dealt with women in your community who are feminine, But there are black women from the ages of men who they were born all the way till 18, 20, however old. They've only seen masculine black women. Now, for my non-black brothers in here, you've had a hint, and you've experienced feminine women. You probably just chose you probably tried to wife or get with a chick who was a bar hopper or something like that. See, and this is why I tell guys, they don't understand why men are saying, I'm going to deal with other races of women. I'm going to travel. See, what a black woman will do, she will take care of and chase a man with no job, no career, no future, a criminal background, over an engineer or a guy who drives trucks or who makes a good living. See, my non-black brothers, that doesn't register with you, right? Well, this is the black female. And a lot of black men are saying, you know what, I'm going to save myself and I'm going to rid myself from the black community. It's a growing trend online. It was a post that I seen today on Facebook. It's a growing trend because men are getting fed up, black men in particular, are getting fed up. He said all women are like that. No, they're not. Now go sit your ass in timeout. I don't care how long you've been in. You've been here for a while. You know, for the men who say all women are like that, let's clarify something before we move forward. All women have a reproductive strategy. Let's clarify this. All women are like that, because I'm tired of all these damn acronyms and shit. When guys say all women are like that, all women have a reproductive strategy of trying to get the best mate possible. The guy who makes the most money, the guy who has the most resources, the strongest guy, the tallest guy. They want hypergamy, right? What we're talking about in the black community is women who are masculine, disrespectful. I personally have not seen in public in my life where a non-black woman was with a non-black man. They were a couple, and he was being disrespected in public. I have not seen a white man being outright disrespected in public. No, I have not. And I've been overseas. So for some guys who say, well, Darius, you just been in Chicago your whole life. No, I happen to have been in the military. So I can talk about this subject probably more so than the average YouTuber, black YouTuber that you see and that you're subscribed to. I've been to many countries: Japan, China, Philippines, Australia, Thailand. Yes, I love the women. I would say love. I enjoyed the women. They were far more feminine than the average black woman in the United States, by far. P-Team, I'm glad you said that. I got a video coming this week. Some of you guys can read my mind. I got a video coming this week about that. Because we do talk about the red flags, but now what we need to do is talk about things to look for and actual quality traits to look for. Right? So I got a video this week. Please, guys, be patient with me. So a lot of you men might say, well, why do black men want to rid of its women, or quality men want to get rid of black women or move on? Right? It's because black men, well, quality educated men, are tired of dealing with overweight, single mothers with bad attitudes. See, my Caucasian, Asian, Hispanic brothers, for the most part, your community isn't littered with pregnant, overweight, fat women with bad attitudes. Your community isn't littered with that. Now, in the black community, wherever you go, that's what you will see. Right. You see that all through the black community. Overweight, fat, loudmouth, big, overweight women. See, for my Hispanic and Asian and Caucasian brothers in here, your women don't wear weave. Your women don't wear weave. It's straight, it's natural. Yes, I've been with all races of women. See, for my non-black brothers in here, your women aren't as obese as the black women. You can look up statistics. I'm trying to get you non-black brothers to understand where black women, black men have to deal with in retrospect to what you have to deal with when you say, oh, no, Walt. Try dealing with a loudmouth, overweight, bad attitude, a black woman smacking her scalp like this. See, my non-black brothers, you don't have to deal with that. And that's why I tell guys, you should be grateful for the women in your community. Right? Shout out to Mr. Adrian D. 2020, a new decade. No games, no gimmicks. Cooperation, submissiveness, no obedience. That's all we shooting for. I'm not shooting for no wishy-washy, no females that's, I know, I'll see. No. Straight cooperation. Period, point blank. Blow job before dinner, blow job after dinner. No two ways about it. We haven't even got to blowjobs when it comes to the black woman. We all know that she doesn't enjoy giving blowjobs. Let's be honest. See, I told you my black or my non-black brothers in here, white men, Hispanic men, Asian. See, your woman, you know how I know your woman enjoy giving blowjobs? My white brothers, my Asian, my Hispanic brothers. You know how I know? Because they give me good blowjobs. White women chew straight meat. Hispanic women chew straight meat. So before you say, well, I'm going my own way, all women are like that, I want you to go try to deal with a black woman. My non-black brothers. And see how grateful you will be to deal with your women in your community. Me personally, I don't like weave, and I like getting my dick sucked and my load swallowed. When it comes to black women, that's necessarily not going to happen at the rate that the black man wants. It's been black men, I'm telling you, that I've talked to. They say, you know, I never, my girl don't really like giving head. I said, what the fuck? Of course you'll disagree. Here's the thing, K-Ball said, Darius, I kind of disagree with you. I live here in Buffalo and not spoken to a Puerto Rican guy, and he said there are fat Puerto Rican girls or worse than all women. It's not. Oh, personally, I've been flown out to Buffalo by a woman. So for guys to say, Darius, I disagree with you. Guess what? I don't give a fuck if you disagree with me. Go sit your ass in timeout. You looking at me. In comparison to black women versus Puerto Rican women, who's the most submissive? Thank you. So for all you Puerto Rican brothers, you Cuban brothers, what I want you to do is say, let me put myself in black man's shoes, which you most likely won't, and let's see what the black man actually goes through. See, a lot of guys say pick your poison. Again, stop with the pick your poison. All women are like that. Comparison. Apples to oranges. We know they're both fucking fruit. You guys got to stop living in this 2019 realm. We're doing comparison. Apples to oranges. Please stop with the Walt and all Walt shit. Please stop with that shit. Please stop. You have to stop. Because here's what I'm going to do when y'all come in my comment section. I'm just going to get rid of you. I got rid of about 20 guys this past video. We're not even talking about appearance when it comes to Hispanic women. How do black women differ from others? Here's what I want you to do. Go talk to a black woman. Because if you haven't been listening to me the past 27 minutes, I want all you men in here who have not dealt with a black woman who say, well, all women are like that. I want you specifically to go talk and deal with a black woman. Matter of fact, go to your nearest black woman you see in a department store and you say, hey, how's it going? What? Can I help you? She gonna look at you like this. Can I help you? So even if you try to have a decent conversation with her, guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna give you attitude and say, why is this dude talking to me? See, my Caucasian, my Asian, my Hispanic brothers, you don't go through that right there. I'm trying to get you guys to understand. You don't go through that part. We haven't even got to the bedroom. We haven't gotten to all that other stuff. Shout out to Mr. Neil Jerome. Guys, if you want to contribute via PayPal or Cash App, I'll put up the links. All 100% proceeds go to me. What I'm trying to get you brothers to understand in here who are non-black is, and we haven't even got to, are you pimp? I mean, Jesus Christ, just the disrespect of the black female is just it's ridiculous. And it's worse than Southern states. I've been to Mississippi, I've been to Tennessee, I've been to Memphis. Right. There's a lot of black men who are saying, black women have gotten too masculine. Black women are combative. Black women want to compete with them. Black women are not feminine. Me personally, I like my dick sucked the skin off. Y'all know how I am about when it comes to blowjobs and homo. Y'all know how I am when it comes to pulling hair. I like real natural shit. Y'all know me. And a lot of black men are saying that I've spoke to, you know, I haven't experienced a quality blowjob before. I said, oh, you know what? I got a chick I'm going to put you on with. Go check out. No, her name is not Becky, but she's of that ilk. Black women are beautiful when they work out and take care of themselves, but it's the other stuff that comes with it. Yeah, of course. See, here's the thing, guys. We're not saying that black women aren't attractive. Oh, no, we're not saying that. No. I despise weave. I don't like weave. I don't like attitudes. I don't like a chick who can't suck dick. I'll put it on the Patreon, and I've talked about what a woman with a bad attitude means. Oh, read your super chat. Sorry, guys, I'm preaching on this Sunday. Mr. Vernon 85 says, preach, brother. Over 80% of black women are overweight, obese. They are least feminine and most masculine women in America. SYSBM is growing. It's growing. Over 80% of black women are overweight. This is fact. You guys can go look it up. There's a lot of black men who are getting their passports who are saying, the hell with this shit. Oh, I'm going to deal with another race of women. Me personally, I don't like pink weaves. I was at the mall yesterday. I seen a girl with a black chick with blonde weave, and I seen another chick with green. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is a shit show. How does black female attitude differ towards men of different ethnic groups? Thomas Muirner, you keep asking that same fucking question. I want you to go talk to a black woman. Since a lot of guys don't understand where I'm coming from, the only thing I want you to go do is go talk to a black woman. Because I've been talking about this thing, saying the same thing for the past 31 plus minutes. If you don't see them here in Europe, then you should be glad. The average black woman is overweight and big. This is why black men say, well, I like BBWs. It's not, black men don't like BBWs. It's the only women that's pretty much in this community. Black women are obese, overweight, big, and out of shape. And I posted this on my Facebook. I said the average black man, 95% of black men will never have sex with a woman who weighs less than him. I'll say that again. 95% of black men will never have sexual intercourse with a woman who weighs significantly less than them. And it's not even by choice. Should I say it one more time? 95% of black men will never have sexual intercourse with a female, a black woman, who weighs significantly less than him. The average black woman weighs at least 180 plus pounds. 200 pounds. And black men say, I love me a BBW. I love a woman with medium muscle. Well, Negro, you don't have anything else to go for. You don't have any other races of women who are in shape. We're just talking about physicality. We're not talking about attitude. Right? And some of you might want to subscribe, but that's no big deal. We'll continue to move on without you. The average black woman is huge. The attitude is bad. The diet is poor. They're not feminine. They're not masculine. You don't see them in the gym. Rarely, you don't see them in the gym. Their attitude is 100 times more hostile. You don't know black women till you've grown up with them. And it's not even about even sexual intercourse. It's about growing up with them. The attitudes. I mean, look at Lizzo. Lizzo is the poster girl for black women. And she's obese, loud, disrespectful. See, black women have this thing in their head. They want to be on top. They want to be in control. See, I found out in order to be with a black woman, you have to be a bitch. Black women will never respect you. Black women will never honor you. Black women will never appreciate you. Guys, let me tell y'all something. And I posted this on my Patreon. And everybody listen in on this. The only way you know a woman really appreciates you is if she's on her kneecaps sucking your dick till you bust. That's the only way. Or to me, the number one way. I'll say that again. The number one way, in my opinion, to know a woman really appreciates you if she's on her knees in a subservient position, giving you quality top and sucking your dick till you bust. Now, me saying that, overwhelming majority of black men have never experienced that. Never. And they probably never will when it comes to black women. This is fact. If she's not throwing your meat, she ain't gonna do it. Now, overwhelming majority of black women are not gonna do that for you. They're not gonna do that for you. They don't want to serve you, they don't want to please you, because black women, and if all you men, for you non-black brothers in here who say, well, Darius, we have it bad in our community. All women are like that. No, you have it really, really good. You know how I know? Because I deal with women in your community. I deal with Hispanic women, Asian women, and white women, Indian women, etc., etc. You trust me, you have it really good. You just need to know how to deal with it. But that's for a whole nother live stream. You have it extremely freaking good. Darius, my girlfriend is extremely clingy to the point where it's creepy. How do I deal with that? Well, you email me for a one-on-one consultation. We can handle that. I'll put the email up for any of you guys who want a consultation. I'm here to help you and get your situation, relationship, life back in order. That's what I'm here for. Email me. We can set that up, get you some help. Black women do not like sucking dick. They don't like giving head. They don't. You know why? Because that means they're submitting to you. And black women don't like submitting to men. Women in general bad or just, I don't know. See, here we go. We got probably some late guys. Rewind about 30 seconds. Yes, this will be on the Patreon, of course. Black women do not hate submitting to black men, period. Email me. We can set up a consultation. There's the link, or there's the email. Excuse me. If you missed anything on the Patreon, if you just want to support me, here's the Patreon link. Shout out to all the new subscribers who are here. Your presence is much appreciated. The video will be dropping tomorrow or possibly Tuesday. What's crazy is this: black women talk about how much they don't like being submissive until they run into an athlete, rapper, celebrity, or man of different color, race. They are submissive as fuck. Submission is key, and black women do not want to submit. They want things done their way. They want to be seen as the queens. Black women are the only race of women who have a crown in their fucking bio on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If y'all don't believe me, go click on a black woman's profile. She has a fucking crown above her head. It says Queen, which means I don't need to submit to a man. That's what that means. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to submit. I'm not going to do anything a man tells her to do, tell me to do, anything. Just go look. We're not talking about Brifo's fucking law. Please leave that shit in 2019. We understand all of that. We're comparing apples to oranges. Black women to non-black women. Leave the shit in 2019. Please. Black women have this mindset that they want to be queens. They are queens. They deserve to be worshipped. They're goddesses. No other races of women I know have these crowns in their bio and their Facebook and social media things. That means they want to be in charge and tell black men what to do. Now, this is why they love criminals, thugs, men in jail, and they support homosexuality. You know why? Because those men, the criminals, the homosexuals, the gay men, the fags, the thugs and Tyrones, they don't know what they're doing in life, clearly. They don't know where they're going in life. This is why women support gay men. You're like, this is why they support jailbirds, is because they control that particular situation. They can put money on his books. They can come see him. When he gets out of prison, guess what happens? She or he lives with her. See, when it comes to honest, hardworking, quality black men, black women don't want to deal with him because there are repercussions. There are certain standards. There's a certain way he runs his life. And black women don't want to be a part of that regime. Easier to manipulate. Shout out to Mr. Earth. Shout out to brother Cameron Sapine. Hello, brothers. Just checking in. Thank you for supporting. Draw 5 shekels, Cam. This is the top reason why women love losers, bad boys, drug dealers, criminals. Black men, black women support gay men by far more than heterosexual, straight, intelligent men. Matter of fact, if you're an intelligent guy, what'll happen is she'll find you lame in the black community. See, my white Caucasian brothers, my Hispanic brothers, Indian, Asians, especially you Asian men, the more educated you are, the better quality woman you're gonna get. Jesus Christ, I keep telling y'all. The higher your IQ is, for my non-black brothers in here, the more educated you are, the more successful you are, the more resources you have, 9 times out of 10, the more quality of woman you can get. That's totally opposite in the black community. The more educated you are, the more intelligent you are as a black man, the less quality woman you will get. The dumber you are as a black man, the less educated, the worse your criminal record is as a black man, the more quality woman you are able to attain. Now, some of you might Caucasian brothers say, well, that's kind of crazy. Right, but because you never dealt with a black chick. Matter of fact, exactly, Mr. Westby, you're made fun of if you are educated, if you are smart, if you have your life going. I'll say that again for the men way, way in the back. In the non-black community, Asian men, Hispanic men, white men, Indian men. The more intelligent you are, the more cooperation you'll get, right? The less argumentative for the most part your woman will be. In the black community, the less educated you are, the more cooperation you will get. The worse your criminal record, the more submissiveness you'll get. I know it's tough to hear. You have to put the C4. Prime example, everyone who knows who Nicki Minaj is. Who did she marry? Who did she marry? Nicki Minaj married he got off with a rape charge, whatever, something along that line. You know, there are always stipulations in the charge. She married a man who went to prison for I believe, pedophilia. He was a bum, literally off the street. He was an ex-convict. He went to jail multiple times. And out of all women on this planet, because every black woman loves Nicki Minaj, she chose a convict, and his rap sheet is long as hell. Now, some of you might say, why would she do that? Didn't she want a good man? No, it's because she can control that situation with that guy. The convict, the criminal, gets the quality or the good-looking women in the black community. Now, some of you might say, what happened to Cardi B? We'll get to that bitch too. Cardi B isn't with a quality black man. I don't know which of the three Migos she's with. I don't keep up with those three individuals. I don't know who she's married to. He's more of a Ray Ray. He says, Darius, you're my hero. If I'm your hero, hit the super chat and support. If not, I must not be that much of your hero or savior, right? See, Cardi B, Offset, whatever his name is, I don't keep up with the three. He's a Ray Ray. He's a Pookie, he's a Chad, he's a Tyrone. Guess what? She loves when she gets cheated on by him. As a matter of fact, some news, it was in the news, it was on my timeline. She gave him $500,000 in cash. She just gave it to him. Now, she's not going to do that for a quality, educated, good man. We haven't even got to Megan Thee Stallion yet. Jesus Christ. Me personally, outside of, I don't know any sort of black woman in entertainment or in any sort of, celebrity capacity who's with a quality, good black man. He's either a degenerate, dysfunctional rapper or some sort of that ilk. See, in the black community, if you don't resemble if you don't have any thug sort of nature or mouthpiece or whatever the case may be, if you don't have that belt buckle or your pants pretty much hanging down your ass, you're not going to get the top or the women in the black community. It's just not going to happen. Shout out to Mr. Terrell Torrance. Thank you for supporting with your 25 shekels, Terrell. Great to see you on this wonderful Sunday. Shout out to the Houston Texans. That was a great win. I enjoyed watching that game yesterday. Right? And when it comes to these women in the black community who the black women look up to, Cardi B's, the Megan Thee Stallions, the Nicki Minaj's, these other women in the black community are looking up to them. Shout out to Mr. David Mangum for the Philadelphia. It spilled over to ethnic groups here and there. It spilled over a little bit because there are still, some white hood, wannabe hood chicks. But here's the thing about the white wannabe ratchet chicks. Here's the thing about them. For all you guys to say, man, there's some white chicks that be acting ratchet and hood. There's some Hispanic chicks that be acting ratchet and hood. Let me tell you something, because I've dealt with women in all walks of life, education levels, from the suburbs to the inner cities. Something I noticed about white women who want to act black. Let me tell you something. These type of women, these Hispanic women who want to act hood, when you get those women in a setting like this, and you sit down and talk to them, guess what? they don't want to really be like that. They just want to be accepted. They're really, really submissive deep down. They just act like that out and about. Remember, all women have high mindedness. So those women, they're not really like that. They just want to kind of emulate the community that they're kind of near or in. But when you get those women who are in a closed setting with you, they are submissive. They know how to act, period. When it comes to black women, they're combative. It's just how it is. They just want to be accepted. They're just chameleons, that's all. Ain't no chameleons with black women. They are direct, they straightforward, and they savage. They're disrespectful. Their disposition is so sick. Yeah, they fold under pressure, C4. They're not really like that. They just think that, well, if I like ratchet and kind of hood, then black men are going to like me. No. You check a black woman, she goes full mode Jackie Chan. Black women want things their way. Even the wannabe white chicks to be something. Y'all learn. Spell that shit right before y'all type it out, please. This is why men are going SYSBM. Save yourself, black men. It's sad that an acronym and a group of men have come to this route, but it's gotten really out of hand in the black community. Black men are saving themselves and say, you know what, I'm going to seek happiness. I'm going to seek femininity. I'm going to seek a woman who cooperates and suck the skin off my dick. Damn it, a lot of black men just want a woman with natural hair. There's a lot of black men who just want a massage. Black women ain't giving no damn massages like that. Black women are submissive to Tyrone in jail. You know why? Because they're the ones that are breeding these Tyrones. Black women, for the most part, do not breed good quality men. Right. Call the show, 630-618-7110. I don't deal with black women. Do I mind? I don't mind working with them for a small. That's just not my sort of. Listen, I know what I like, and I know who will give me far more submission and cooperation. Y'all know I'm in the field. I deal with women. I know. Again, we're comparing apples and oranges. So for my Caucasian, Hispanic, Asian brothers who are going to come in and say, well, all women are like that. I want you to go deal with a black woman, then come back and tell me all women are like that. That's the only thing I want you to do. That's it. Do that, then email me your situation, how your experience was with them. Then you can say, oh, all women are like that. You know, you know what you tell me? Damn, you was right. Matter of fact, just go talk to one. That's all you got to do. Just say, you know what, Darius? Let me just see what he really talking about, man. Let me see what he talking about. Let me see what Let me see what he really means. Just go talk to your nearest one. Do that 3 times. You'll say, God, man, I'm you right, man. I'm good with the white women in my community, man. Darius, you right. Yeah, you will have far more appreciation for them bitches. And the thing about this whole movement, because I've been out with Caucasian, Hispanic women out and about. I've been at the malls. I've been at different places for the black men who have jumped ship. I've jumped ship a while. Oh, forever ago. A couple decades ago. And I'm 31. Oh, shout out to everybody who wished me a happy birthday. January 2nd was my birthday. I was just chilling and relaxing. I was going to go live, but I was just relaxing. Day off. Right. had a great time. So for all you black men who have been with non-black women, when you go out to different malls and different venues, you always see black women who have bad attitudes or look at you and say, or just, ugh. Matter of fact, for all you men in here, when you go out and about, when you see black women, do you see any of them with a black man holding hands? You know, I know you don't. I was at the mall yesterday. You know, I seen 2 black men and 2 white chicks. They either were together or whatever. But I noticed I'm sitting. The black men are walking this way, are walking out, getting ready to leave, and the 2 black women, they veered somewhere else. Now, what does that say? What does that mean? And the black man was like, come on, man, let's go. And the black women were in some sort of jewelry shop just kind of looking. They veered off, and I just happened to just, catch an eye, like, oh. That just goes to show she's not respecting you. Or she didn't respect those black men. This happened less than 24 hours ago. I personally never see, again, we're comparing apples to oranges, you dumb fuck. Stop saying all women like to shop. Black women versus non-black. Please leave the all women are like that shit in 2019. Please stop, guys. Guys, with my channel, you're going to think bigger. You got to think outside the box in 2020 in my channel. Please do. When it comes to black women, when you look out and about, right? Or you at the mall, you at some sort of spot, some sort of venue, you rarely see her holding hands with a black man. Hey, trolls, make sure you, moderators, make sure you monitor these trolls, please. Even if you sense any sort of trollability or any sort of goofiness, just get rid of them. Don't even fucking hesitate. Don't be like, oh, I don't know. Just get rid of them. I'm trying to preach. Right? When you see black women at the mall or some sort of place, what do you see majority of the time? You see them walking in packs. Do you see a male or man around? No, you don't. 98% of the time. And if they with a guy, he's usually gay. If you don't believe me, listen. All you guys, I want you to put this stuff into test, because you guys probably look at me and say, man, Darius, he's a funny ass nigga, man. I like his shit, man. But I don't believe him, though. Only thing I want you to do, matter of fact, what you can do, you can just continue to play it on your phone and go to your nearest area, go to your nearest mall. The mall is still busy a little bit on Sunday. And just look at, just people watch. And you'll see 3 to 4 black women together in packs like hyenas. Literally. You see no man with them. You never see him holding hands. Like I said yesterday, but guess what? When I was at the mall, I wasn't necessarily people watching. I just happened to be sitting down, having some ice cream with my daughters. And I see a whole bunch of interracial black men. Black dudes with white or Hispanic women holding hands, and guess what? Those black men was happy. Especially in nightclubs. black women are hard to be around in public. I've seen so many times where there's black women who will dog their boyfriends or guy that they was with out. They will be loud. You just look like... We haven't even got to how black women treat their sons. I was in the gas station about a week ago. Right? And I'm just getting a little slurpy. No homo. And I happen to, going through there, I'll get the slurpee. And I see this black woman talking and basically dogging her son out. We ain't getting that. And guess what? The boy had to be probably 10 years old, 11 possibly. And he just happened to look at me. And I make eye contact with him. And I'm like, damn, I know how you feel. A little boy. And she's just yelling at him in the store. Mind you, she has food in her hands. We ain't getting that. We ain't. Just emasculated. See, my Caucasian, my Hispanic, my Asian brothers, you don't have to deal with the constant daily emasculation of the women in your community. I keep telling y'all. And the kid probably wanted a drink. I started to buy him a drink. Like, here, man, I just... Because he asked for something. I didn't know what he necessarily... But she was like, we ain't getting that. Black women love to say, we ain't getting that. And here she is, fat as hell, with some nachos in her hand, something else, and a drink. And the boy had an oversized coat on. It was sad, man. Disheartening, but it was sad. We ain't getting that. Look like, because she was so loud. You know how somebody loud, you just happen to look over, and then the boy looked at me, and I'm like, man, he had to be no more than 10 years old. And I'm looking at him like, man, how many? And 9 times out of 10, there's no father in the picture, because we know black women love to have sex and sleep with and procreate with the worst of the worst criminals on planet Earth. Shout out to Mr. Lefert Bose. Happy birthday, D. Thank you, Mr. Lefert. I had a lot of happy birthday wishes on January 2nd, which is my birthday a few days ago. I appreciate all the men who did. I took the day off. It was relaxing. He said, Ralphie. Shout out to brother Ralphie. Been there for a long time. King Juggernaut 19. Happy belated birthday, D. Keep preaching the gospel and saving men, especially your black bros. I love saving every man on this planet, but what I wanted to do is dedicate this one to black men and say, listen, I understand where you're coming from. I understand why there's an SYSBM Save Yourself Black Man campaign. Thank you, Mr. Brown Hornet, Ralphie. Shout out to Mr. Silas Richardson III. He said, now, Mr. Donald Johnson, before we get rid of you, Donald, he said, every man wants submission. TF means the fuck, which means he most likely came from a black woman. The fuck died being back. He meant to say the fuck does being black have to do with it? Well, you dumb fuck, before I get rid of your stupid ass. We're comparing apples to oranges in this live stream. Black men deal with the most disrespectful, non-submissive women on the planet in their community. That's what the fuck being black has to do with it. Now go get your bitch ass in time out. Matter of fact, we getting rid of him. Any other takers? I don't think so. Shout out to Mr. Ralphie. Black women love criminals and hate successful, smart black men. They see felonies as status and because of this, they're damaged beyond repair. It is true. It's fact. Black women want this independent diva mindset. She wants to run the show. So that means she's not going to want to submit to a man. He said, I remember some dude told you to ease up and got rid of him. And we don't play that shit here. Guys, be prepared for this week. We got a lot of, we talk about the red flags often, but now we're going to talk about the more green flags of women, how to spot a good woman or a woman who you should keep around. So be prepared for that video. A lot of men are going to enjoy it because we always talk about the fucked up, shitty women. It's all through the manosphere, right? That's what the red pill is about. Now we're going to give you, I'm going to give you something, a little twist. Quality, good women and what to expect. Shout out to Mr. Knight for contributing. There's 3 shekels. Mr. Typhoon J. They like Thuggos. Also add me on Twitter. Oh, guys, go ahead and follow my my new Twitter, Darius M Network. Please. Shout out to Mr. Papa Smurf. He said, hey, Darius, excellent content. Thank you, guys. Guys, here's the thing. I'm not a bad guy, but I do like order and I do like stability on my channel and in life in general. So if you come with this degenerate ass, disrespectful shit, I respect you just as much as you respect me. And that goes for anybody in here. But if you come with some slick, slide, goofy shit, I got to correct you and I got to get rid of you. Because here's the thing. What if I start interacting with you? Right? What if you say, well, Darius, you got that, pop that pimple on your forehead, even though it's a mole. And I start going back and forth with you. What'll happen is there'll be some other guys that come in and say, well, I want to take some shots at Darius too, because I know I'm going to get him triggered. So what I have to do is I got to get rid of the cancer, which is you, really quick, right? So the church can flow smoothly. So we can the lectures can flow. So I have no choice to get rid of you. Just like I get rid of women, I will get rid of you. And it goes for anybody. This is a place where every man can come and fellowship, get a good laugh, and have a good time. But there can be chaos somewhere. There's already chaos in this world. Thomas Muir says, my question is whether these black women are submissive to Tyrone from jail, or does he get the same type of masculine demeanor? No, they're more, now he does get a little bit, he does get some sort of attitude, but he gets far more loyalty and submission than a smart, intelligent black man. The reason being is because she controls the situation. And what black women need is to be on top and in control. This is why they don't go for intelligent men intentionally. It's not that because they're unattractive. It's because those men, they can't, listen, if a black woman wants to deal with me, she would have to abide by certain rules and regulations. She would have to follow me. She would have to show up on time. She would have to suck dick. She would have to cook. She would have to clean. That's not what black women like to do. She would have to serve. They want to do all that, but on their own time. Right? They want to do that whenever they feel like it. And as long as black women are in control, listen, when it comes to being an independent woman, and now this is to segue into the next topic. When it comes to being an independent woman, they need a guy who's dependent on them. There can never be an independent woman and an independent man together. Doesn't make any sense. It's not going to work like that. And this is what black women need. They love, they need independency. They really want that. This is the independent diva mantra. And they need a dependent guy who's going to rely on them to pick them up from work, to take them to different places. This is why you see a lot of black dudes drop chicks off at her job, then they'll take her car and go drive somewhere else for the whole day. That's because she's still in control, even though he has the car and wherever he may be. She needs to run that situation. She needs to have her hands all in that situation so she can run the guy. She can say whatever she wants. She can do whatever she wants. A black woman's number one goal is to be independent and not listen to a man. I'll say that again. A black woman's number one goal in life is not to have a family. Why do you guys think they get knocked up by losers? It's common. Why do you think black women love to get knocked up by loser, goofy guys? Not to have a family. Black women don't like having a family because having a family means you're going to be dependent on the husband or the male. They want to be independent, so they'll intentionally get knocked up by Ray, Tyrone. It's not that there's not enough good black women in the community. That's not. That's not the case. I know a lot of good black men. But they intentionally bypass those guys due to the fact they want to keep their independence. Black women don't like having a solid foundation family structure because that, again, requires dependency on the man and her having to answer to that man. And black women cannot have that. That's not in their DNA. I've talked about this before. I said this before. Black women hate the word submissive. Submissive is that's a black woman's kryptonite. Right? Shout out to Brits of Ralph. He said black women are the ones that claim independent the most, but are the ones on welfare Section 8 the most fake independence. Yeah. Now, for a lot of you black men, you're gonna say, "Well, Darius, I'm gonna, man, I'm unsubscribe from you, man, because you talk about my mama." Well, if your mama's a degenerate, masculine, disrespectful Rottweiler, then unsubscribe. That's your fault. Listen, if you feel a certain way. If you feel that, I love my mama so much that I got to ignore the truth. Yeah, she was a crackhead. Yeah, she had mental instability. But you don't talk about my black mama, man. We're not talking about your black mother. If you feel so heartbroken, oh, man, I got to keep the black community together. Let me tell you something. The black community is done. There's no keeping that together. You know why? Because black women are procreating with thugs. The reason why the black community is in shambles is because they're procreating and having babies by thugs, criminals, and guys in the street with their pants hanging down their butt. Criminals, why do you think the black community is in shambles? See, I don't see any dudes in the white community. Listen, they don't have that shit. Maybe here and there, small tidbits. But for the most part, that's not going on. Black women enjoy having babies by thugs, losers, and criminals. This is why when you go to the inner cities of the black community, who do you see? What do you see? Guys running the street, baby on the hip of a black woman. She might be eating some sunflower seeds, or another baby might be in a diaper, walking next to her. Gotta get away from your thinking. Thumbs down. I don't give a shit. You're not saving the black community. Because in order for a community, in order for a community to thrive, the children have to be raised in a positive, good environment, which means they have to have discipline. And in order for them to have discipline, there must be quality men to enforce that discipline. Black women are having children with guys that's in jail, and the babies being raised by people on TV. Right? In order for a community to grow, there has to be male leadership. There has to be discipline. There has to be a foundation. The foundation of the black community right now. Foundation of the black community right now is ratchetness, is disrespect, poverty, and hoarding. Now, who's the cause of this, you might say? Well, who's giving birth to the children? Who's giving birth to these children? Who's choosing? The men. I know black women who enjoy getting knocked up by a guy who got 5 babies. Listen, a black woman would rather get knocked up by a guy who has 5 different baby daddies, who's running the street, than get knocked up by, and then have a family, have stability with a quality educated black dude with no kids. Isn't that backwards thinking? See, my Caucasian, my Hispanic Asian brothers, you don't have to deal with that in your community. I keep telling you. Black women enjoy getting knocked up by a dude. It's like, oh shit, he got multiple felonies. He got how many baby daddies? How many babies he got? Oh shit, I'll fuck with him. This is what black women love. If you have multiple children by multiple different women, she will spread her legs for you real quick. It's just fact. It's a badge of honor for them. Yes, make sure you support the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Funny how black guys in my city are chill as fuck, but the black women are complete assholes to men and other women outside their own circles. Thomas Muir says, why would they choose to get knocked up and end up on welfare if they all want to live like a queen and travel? Well, you understand that's all a myth. It's all about independency. Again, she's not relying on an actual man. She's relying on a third party. The government is her husband. The government is her spouse. Food stamps, right? Section 8, government housing. They're not really, black women aren't going on trips, guys. Last time I heard of black women on a trip, what black women do for the most part, they'll go to like Miami. They'll get one hotel room. This is fact. One hotel room, and they'll have like 6 or 7 girls over their girlfriends living in there, so they can save the cost, right? And they can have whole trips, right? And then they'll bring dudes back, literally a couple, 2, 3, 4 dudes, how many dudes back, while they getting fucked in front of their friends, because there was only one hotel room. Yeah, that goes on. Right? Call the show 630-618-7110. Now I hear about some Hispanic Mexican women. They be on that too. And what I know, they want some meal tickets not for the most part, or they just want to sleep. Guys, black women, they're sexual. They like to sleep around a lot. Black women enjoy. They're hypersexual. They enjoy that. Because how did you deal with black women in Chicago for so long? I don't deal with them. That's the thing. See, I'm a smart individual. I don't deal with black women in the romantic sense. I don't. In the sexual, I don't. Have I slept with black women? Of course. Except with some. But as far as submissiveness, cooperation, it's gonna be pulling teeth when it comes to black women. That's just how it is. I've chosen my battles. That's not gonna be one. That's not one I'm gonna deal with. Literally, when I was younger, mother told me to never deal with black women. She was right. There's the Paul Slayer. Shout out to Brother Ralphie. Call the show, guys. 630-618-7110, please. And the thing about black women is, oftentimes, when non-black women decides to deal with a black man, let's say a white chick or a Hispanic chick, what she'll do is because she has seen the disrespect from black women and how black women treat black men, she's seen it. What a Hispanic or a white woman will do, she'll deal with, when she meets me or something like that, oftentimes she'll try to get disrespectful with me. Not because that's how she was raised or taught, it's because that's what she's seen from black women. So you got to correct that shit real quick. Right? What's your name, man? Talk to us. Where you from?
I'm from Seattle. My name's Darius.
All right. What's your last name?
Magruder.
Darius Magruder.
Yep.
Talk to me, man.
I'm wondering if what you're saying about black women is only applicable to the American ones, or if it's also for like people from like Ethiopia and whatnot. Does that make sense?
Well, you said what city you from?
Seattle.
Seattle. Do you ever plan on traveling to Africa or Ethiopia?
My phone's cutting out.
Do you plan on traveling to Africa or Ethiopia or anywhere? Have you been there?
Yeah, I'm going to like India next week.
No,
but yeah, I do plan on it.
I'm talking about Africa. You plan on going to Africa at any point in your life?
Yeah, I do.
For what? For travel or just for school or what?
Just to travel, yeah.
Okay. Well, the thing about it is, you're asking, do black women, are they similar to women in Africa, Ethiopia? No, people have told me no. The guys who have traveled to Johannesburg or whatever the case may over there, they just say don't bring those type of black women back to America so they can be Americanized. Don't bring no type of women to America for that matter. But and that's what people have told me. I haven't dealt with an African chick. Actually, I dealt with one. She was from Johannesburg, and I told some of you guys. It was a while back, and she said, "Hey, let's get together and eat. I know this nice restaurant." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Okay, cool." So she invited me to this restaurant. It was like 30 minutes away, and she was like, "It's near my place." So in my mind, 1 + 1 = 2. I'm thinking, "Hey, after dinner, she want me to fuck." I mean, clearly. So she was from Johannesburg. She was a cute girl. And when we met, we eating and everything. She has a pleasant attitude. I'm like, I always hear about African girls, but I never got with one. And she's like, yeah, we're cool and all this stuff like that. And when the check came, she said, "So how you want to do this?" I said, "Wait, what you mean how you want to? You invited me to?" I got up. I said, "Okay, let me go get my wallet real quick. I'll be back." And she said, "Oh yeah, because a woman always takes care of a man always pays for a woman." I said, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
I said, "Let me get it." But the fact of the matter is, and she had an attitude with it. Like her whole attitude switched from her African sort of lingo to the black ghetto bitch lingo. I'm like, oh, that was quick. So
yeah, just not being an American thing.
Right. So anyway, so I left the situation. I drove off, and I was like, I don't want to do it. So, but what I'm saying is, I never dealt with an actual African woman except for that one. But compared to what people say, compared to women in Africa versus here, it's totally different. That's what people tell me.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one.
What's your name? Talk to us, where you from.
Hey man, this is Dre, man, from Washington D.C.
Talk to me, Dre.
I like what you're talking about. I think that the African American girls and women has been programmed by hip hop into believing that if I do not have a man with dreadlocks, a tattoo on his face, or a certain type of clothes that he wears, I don't have the right man.
That's true.
I know the black woman in America is not too thrilled with the black man with the suit and a tie that may own property, real estate, or might just be educated. I've noticed the black woman wants the thug. She wants that rough, that hardcore role.
Right.
You understand?
Uh-huh.
And I think hip hop has done that. The rap music. If you listen to the rap music, it's about killing one another, or who's the strongest. But the black woman looks at the educated man as a weak man. But the black woman does not know, or she doesn't know the difference between living good and living bad. So she prefers the black nigga in the hood because that's success in her mind. What is your take on that?
Every word you said is 1,000% true, man. Every
Yes,
word,
sir.
every word, man. It's just fact. The programming for the black woman is to be independent, is to be masculine, is to be the strong, dominant, basically bitch. Like black women love to be a bitch, like bitch. They will tell you, I'm a bitch. I'm that bitch you don't want to fuck with. They will literally tell you that. You're like, what the fuck, And black women don't mind fighting you. As a black man, they don't mind getting into it with you. Here's the thing: I've seen black dudes get into a fight with a black woman. He go to the cops get called. He go to jail. She go bail him out, and they back at home living.
Right.
It's crazy. So, yeah, man. Every word you said is 1,000% true.
So let me ask you this, because I know you got other calls to take. What can we do? What can we do to change this?
Well, here's the thing. In order and this is for every guy, for any women you deal with. He asked on the line, he said, what can we do, as you said, as black men to change the narrative of black women in the community, you want to ask? Well, how we can change that is there has to be consequence, guys, for a woman to change, for anybody to change. Right now, there's no consequence for black women because they have thirsty simps, they have degenerate beta males that they're constantly reproducing with. They have guys who want to worship them. So in order for the community to get better, any place, any community, there has to be consequence. Now, the consequence is SYSBM and white women or black women seeing black men with other races of women, right? And I've been with white women. I've been out and about different places, and I see the disposition and the anger in a black woman's face when they look at me, and that's the change that needs to happen. Because in order for black women to get better and get up to speed with other races of women, they need to see, damn, our black men are getting with other races of women. So if they get tired enough, they'll say, okay, you know what? Let me talk to this black guy. Let me see what I can do. Let me change because I'm tired of seeing him with Becky, Maria, Gretchen, Hannah, Alejandra. I'm tired of seeing our black men with them. That's the only way things can change. If there's no consequence, if there's not a and because I've talked to black women, and the black woman told me not too long ago. She said, I'm tired of, it really does bother me when I see, black men with a white woman or whatever woman. It does bother me deep down, but I don't say nothing. So it does bother me. They look at you, and if any black man has been with any white woman, Hispanic, if you've been with a non-black woman out and about in public, you get those looks from black women, and that look. It's that look of frustration and how could he? Well, bitches, we doing it to save ourselves. Men, every man deserves a submissive feminine woman. Period.
Yeah.
Right?
And before we go, because I know you got me to call, but I noticed that if you sometimes, and this can be with any color, but normally it's just everybody just thought. But if you date a woman who came from a broken household with no structure, 95% of that relationship, the time, that woman is not going to be submissive towards you because if her father wasn't there to lay down the rules or the mother wasn't there, he's not going to respect you as a man.
Yep. Because
what I'm saying is it was never balanced out for her as growing up as a child.
Mm-hmm. So
this goes back to what you said about 30 minutes ago. A woman doesn't want to be reliable or something like that.
Right.
She said. It's because things was not balanced out as when she was growing up as a teen. Yeah.
Right. I agree. And I said that in the video too. And thank you, brother, for calling. I appreciate your wise words.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to continue to watch your video right now on live, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
All right, man.
Here, you guys. And I told you guys this. In order for someone to change, especially females, there has to be consequence. There has to be fear of loss. I've said this in a video before, I believe, I think live stream. If you want to get a woman to change, I like when I won't say old, I like when older men call with wisdom, man. Right? I'm only 31. I don't know it all. Cause and effect. So black women, they're starting to say, well, I don't think they, I think black women are just getting worse. I don't see submissive black women, but black women are frustrated and upset. Because here's the thing. There's no other race of men on this planet who want to deal with black women. That's the kicker. Black men, I can deal with, I've been with I won't say every race. I've been with all races of pretty much every race of women. They enjoyed my company. They like black men. For whatever reason, you can say BBC, you can say that, but I can walk outside my door after this last year. I can approach and talk to Hispanic, Asian, white, whatever chick. Y'all know I'm the Paul hunter, right? But when it comes to black women, they can't go out and be approached by white men, by Hispanic men, by Asian men, because they already have the reputation of what? Them being dominant, them being masculine. Black women have a reputation, guys. They have a reputation and it precedes them. And in order for them to fix that reputation, what they have to do is stop the twerking videos, stop the fighting videos on social media. They need to get with a guy who, preferably a black guy in their own community, to see what being led by a man is. This is why. This is what needs to happen. When there's loss, when there's fear of loss, that's when change happens. So for all you thirsty black men who out there who like BBWs, stop that nasty, sloppy, goofy shit. All of you. You don't like BBWs. Especially black men. You just been conditioned to like fat women because 9 times out of 10, your mother was fat, your grandmother was fat, your aunt is fat, your cousins is fat. Every female that you know that you love dearly is fat. That's not normal. Yes, you can say, yeah, I love my aunt, I love my grandma, I love my mother, but guess what? Mom, grandma, and well, I want to deal with a woman who's in shape, right? You've been loving and giving hugs to your mother. She's 250, 300 pounds. Who do you think you're gonna love out when you leave your mother's home, or when you leave home? There needs to be accountability. And in order for there to be accountability in life, there has to be loss. When someone fears losing someone, there's not a surplus of enough men. When black women see black men with other races of women, like I was at the mall yesterday, getting fresh air, enjoying the day. You've seen a lot of black dudes. I'm talking about a lot of black dudes. I'm trying to like this black dude with another white chick, and guess what? All submissive, all holding hand in hand, happy. When you see, I seen black women. I did not see not one black woman. I told you I seen the couple. It was two couples, a black dude and two black chicks and two black dudes. And then the black chicks went over somewhere else, and you could see the body language. Like they was like, I didn't hear, but you know the body language. Like, damn, bitch, what the fuck? Basically, like, and it's more respectful and pleasant. And when black women start to see that more, they will say, okay, you know what? I need to shape up or ship out. But they probably will never have to face their reality due to the fact that they're reproducing with thugs. So when they reproduce with thugs, those thugs, the babies that they have, they're going to be thugs. And that's going to continue to populate the black community. Shout out to Mr. Terrell Torrance. He says, much needed stream. Thank you, Terrell. Jumping those 50 shekels to the church on this wonderful Sunday. Yeah, support the stream. If you appreciate this wisdom, if you appreciate this eye-opening content, if you appreciate my channel, support me while I give you the work. Now, when it comes to a black woman making a change, there cannot be welfare. There can't be Section 8. There can't be food stamps. Because when there's Section 8 food stamps, welfare, all these different incentives for black women without them having to depend on anybody, that's going to cause black women to say, oh, I'm independent. I run the show. I don't got to listen to no man. I got to do this. Take away Section 8, take away food stamps. Now there's consequences for who they procreate with. But they're having babies by thugs, then they going out to the welfare WIC office and getting food stamps, $600, $700, $800 a month. Then they get a whole apartment or a little townhouse that they only pay $25 a month for. So they can continue to procreate. And the thing about it is, the more babies they have by these loser, degenerate, thug-ass black dudes, these convicts, the more the more food stamps they get. I swear to God, here in Chicago, I don't know how it is where you guys live, you can actually get a house with granite countertops, a house, and pay $25 to $75 a fucking month just because you having children as a black woman. Right? A house. Now, for my Caucasian, my Asian, my Hispanic brothers, you don't know nothing about this because you're like, oh, wow, oh, shit, Darius, where'd this come from? What the fuck? Yeah, this is what happens in the black community. See, this is why we need to talk about these things. It needs to be brought up. Just by opening their legs and they procreating with losers and thugs. This is why they say, I'm independent. If there was no government backing them up with their fuckery, if there was no government saying, okay, we'll give you more food stamps. Every child you get an extra $125. Every child you get an extra $125, $150 in food stamps. For every child you go from that 2-bedroom apartment to 3-bedroom. Now then you go to a townhouse. You have a 4th child, you get a house now. This is what the black community is about. So there's no incentive to them saying, okay, well, I'm gonna stop fucking with these dirty dick Tyrone or Ray Rays. There's no incentive for them to say, I'm gonna stop. She already paid $75 for rent. She could spread her legs for that one time. She good. And a lot of these women practice prostitution. Then they might have a part-time job, and what they do is they fucking they work part-time and they to keep their rent down. Because if they work full-time and they decide to better themselves, what'll happen is they won't be able to keep that house that they have or that apartment they paid $75 a month for. Right? Shout out to Mr. Thomas Muner. When are we guys done paying tax for these welfare claims and supporting this clown show? When the president, be it Donald Trump, totally gets rid of food stamps, then Section 8. Until then, the myth of the independent woman, as I was saying as part of the sermon, it will always be here. Shout out to Mr. Mike Will. They get these townhouses and turn them into the projects. Yeah. And then what they do with the townhouses, they get with Jody or they get with Tyrone or Ray Ray, and then after they get out of jail, they go live with these women. This is the whole independent women where they don't have to depend on the man. The man, again, like I said about 20 minutes ago, they depend on the female when they get out of jail. He's dependent on her putting money on his books, her giving him money for commissary, ramen noodles, Twinkies, different things of that nature. Shout out to Gustavo Cortez. Here in Vegas, they all have houses on Section 8. Yeah, man. It's everywhere. It's just not here in Chicago. It's everywhere. Yeah, houses everywhere. Trust me, go to any supermarket on the first of the month, literally. Or, I mean, just in general, like sometimes I see women who literally have a cart full, and here you are holding a little basket, and you got to kind of look at what you got to make sure, you don't spend too much or go over your budget like that. I see these women pushing, the cart is full to the top, and they got the bottom full, and they just pushing all type of food. It's crazy. Public assistance should only be for disabled. And I said that too, beloved. Public assistance should be only for elderly or the disabled. Not for women or individuals who 22, 23, 25, 30, who are able to work and make stuff happen. The thing about it in the black community and women in general, there's no consequence for their actions. So if there's no consequence, there will always be dysfunction and chaos. And I always say this for guys who deal with women. If you don't lay the groundwork, if there's no consequence, if there's no fear of loss, what's going to happen with the woman you're dealing with? She's going to disrespect you. All you got to do is say, listen, I don't think this is going to work out. I bet you that bitch going to switch. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right, because I ain't going to deal with you. And I notice with a lot of conversations I have, a lot of men don't check the bitches right away. Like, and then they let shit go, they let it go. And 2 years down the line, they're on a call with me and say, man, I really like this girl. I don't know why. Yeah, you forgot to check that shit like fucking 18 months ago, dude. You should have let her go a while back. Right? Shout out to Mr. Silas Richardson III. Bro, what white people know exactly what's going on in the black community. They could explain it to you. Yeah, they could explain. There are still married men who get paid and their wife decides how the money is spent. Imagine that. We're not even on fucking marriages. Y'all still stuck on this marriage shit. We talk about something totally different. Y'all red pill guys need to stop. He said, how do we stop what? Specifically? Once you get red pilled, it's hard to find any really attraction to women. I am white from a trailer park, and this is seen as the white community as well. No, that's seen in the white community as well, but not on the grand stage as far as the black community. I mean, it's for everybody. Everybody knows the black community is a legit war zone for the most part. Everybody knows the black community for a couple things: disrespectful black women, right, and criminals. But who's raising those criminals though? Who's breeding those criminals? It's black women. That's why I say, like, black women say, well, I had these the argument, right? This is the whole argument when it comes to black women, right? They say, well, y'all black men not take care of y'all kids. You want to go the whole victim mentality. Well, black women, you have to understand something. You're getting pregnant by the worst type of guys. You're getting pregnant by losers, and what you expect is to play the victim card and say, well, y'all not. What do you expect? They're in prison. They're running the streets. They don't even have a fucking valid driver's license. This is what the black community is about. They say, black men gotta take care. I take care of my children. I actually have custody of my children, right? And black women, they want to get knocked about, lose, then play the victim. Right? Shout out to Mr. Gustavo Cortez. I've seen these Section 8 whales even rent out their rooms. I've seen that shit too, man. I said they rent out their rooms and living rooms, every space in their home for extra income. I haven't seen, but I heard about it. Like women renting out like different, like a little space. Like you can rent out this couch. Just pay me $100 a month. They have a 2-bedroom house. She got 2 kids living there. Somebody else got a kid, and they all just hoarded up in there. They paying her extra $100 a month, $150 a month, however much they agreed to. And she got them other ratchet chicks living as tenants. All the while, the 2 chicks, her girlfriends that's living with her, they single moms, and they on the little waiting list. They're on the waiting list for their Section 8 apartment. So they'll be living with her for at least a year and a half, 2 years, paying her lodging, paying her little rent like tenants. Then when they get their little Section 8 apartment, right, she can move, one of the girls can move, her girlfriends, and they can continue to run that sort of thing. I would say Ponzi scheme. That little scheme, right? Thank you, Mr. Silas Richardson III, for contributing your 20 shekels. Thank you, brother. And the extra income to fund her weave and different things. I've seen them sell their food stamps. I heard that shit is illegal. Isn't that shit illegal? Yeah, I mean, it used to be women in my inbox on Facebook. You need some link. You need some food stamps. Like they'll sell it. They'll sell it for like like let's say they'll let you spend $200 on a food stamp card, and you give them like $100 in cash. I said, what type of shit is this? I said, women in like, and it was the first of the month. And what they do is just get in your inbox and they say, hey, you need link? I'm like, what are you talking about? What's link? And like food stamps. I'm like, and they said like 2 for 1. I'm like, what is that? That means they give you $200 worth of food stamps. You give them just $100 in cash. That's how oftentimes the black community is ran. They sell it to Indians. I don't know how deep it goes. I don't know how deep it goes. But this goes all to back to the women wanting to be independent. So what they have to do is do different things to remain independent. Right? Official MGTOW is true. It goes deep, man. Official MGTOW, you should fucking know better. Get your ass in time out. Okay, how long you been here? Hey guys, here's the thing. If any of you guys want to debunk anything I'm saying, any word, don't just say it's not true. Don't say, you have to tell me why it's not true. and then explain why it's not true, or call the show and tell me why you don't believe anything I'm saying is true. I don't mind you opposing me or have a different opinion, but tell me why. You know why it's not? Here's the reason why they say guys say it's not true. Because it hurts them to an extent. There's a high chance that their family member is doing the same shit that I'm talking about. That's not true. Right? You have to give a reason to why it's not true. Shout out to Mr. Crouch for contributing his 10 shekels. Of course it's true. It hurts me to admit, but I admit black women are the worst when it comes to relationships. They're the worst. Because they never seen any sort of actual good relationship with the male. What they seen growing up was their single mother, who's black, and they're telling guys they're telling their daughters, don't rely on no man. You don't gotta listen to a man. All these niggas ain't shit. Your dad wasn't there, but they got knocked up by a loser. Like that's the thought process. Right? You get knocked up by some thug bum loser, but then you want to tell your offspring all black men ain't shit. So they get out into the world, and your daughters get out there, and they have this mindset, okay, I'm not gonna respect any man, specifically black man, because my dad wasn't there. But literally, your goofy fucking black bitch mother, she got knocked up by a Tyrone, Ray Ray, or Pookie. Like black women don't even want to choose quality men. That's why SBM means save yourself, black man. Right? And some of you other men, white, black, Hispanic men, y'all can relate to this. Shout out to Mickey FC. It's a vicious cycle. It is. Yusuf has it. And that's why you guys might have heard Pookie wins again. When guys say Pookie or Ray Ray wins again, it's because they're fucking all the black women in there and they knocking them up and they're just knocking them up. That's what it is. So this is why black women, niggas ain't, because your goofy mother used her, had her pussy tingling for a little loser black dude, some little thug, right? Got knocked up, didn't even think long term. A lot of these women are having orgasm babies. I've said this before. A lot of these single mothers, they just orgasm babies. The dude talked a good game, fucked her raw, she had an orgasm, now she thinks she in love, and she have a baby bow, and dude like, man, I'm trying to be with you like that. Right? That's what it's really about. That's what these single mothers, when it comes down to it, these single mothers are having orgasm babies. Sad as it is. Shout out to all you men in here. He says, since becoming red pill, I've started seeing my mom in a different light. Do you think moms use their adult sons, and do moms really love their children? That's a great question. Well, here's the thing. It's not about okay. Women will never, ever, even your own girlfriend, even the woman you're dealing with right now, she never wants to be the bad person. Women don't want to be the bad person. So instead of her saying, "Hey, I got knocked up by a thug, Tyrone loser. I had an orgasm, baby. I liked him. He had some swag. He had some Jordans on. He had a Gucci belt. He told me all the things I want to hear. I spread my legs for him. He had 2 kids by 2 different chicks, but he looked good, so I got pregnant by him." Instead of black women or women in general telling their children that, what they do is say, "Well, all these niggas ain't shit. All these black men ain't shit. I knew it." And then she tells her daughter that, and I talked about the daughter, how she goes out into the world thinking men ain't shit and have a disrespectful attitude. But what happens with the sons is they get out there in the world. They say, "Well, I don't like." Then they say, "Your mama will always love you. Your dad wasn't shit. He wasn't there." But your dad fucking incarcerated. Your dad is. How can he be there? He's incarcerated because your mom chose to get knocked by a degenerate thug. So what happens with the sons is the boys they grow up and they'll have a disrespect and an attitude towards black male authority. I'll give you 2 examples. And this is why a lot of black men, they're really hyper masculine. Like if some of you have seen it like in class growing up or something like that, you see black men or you see black boys fighting and talking back to the teachers and showing up late and with no books, no pencil. Like they just show up with nothing. They just sit, or they like go to sleep. That shit used to be like, I remember this one kid in high school used to always do that. Like he used to show up like 10 minutes late. Then the teacher started just locking the door. Then he started kicking the door out, kicking. And that's what black men are taught, to not respect male authority. So I remember when I was, and it really shows. If any of you guys have been in the military of any sort of fashion, whether Army, Marines, Air Force, whatever, right? I never forget. Because what happens when you go in boot camp, I went up to high school. What happens is you get all type of dudes from different backgrounds who come in from high school or come out of, whatever age, typically out of high school. So you got 18, 19-year-old kids, still kids. And they're, I remember we in boot camp, and all you see is about at least 12 to 15 black dudes in our division. And they don't want to stand straight. You ask them to stand at ease, they sitting there like, all right, man. All right. This is due to the fact that they were never taught how to respect and follow any sort of guidance. So what a lot of black dudes did, they just got into boot camp when I was in there. They get there and they, because they want to get away and they want to, the military, give you a little travel, give you a little consistent paycheck, right? And they get in there and they it's a rude awakening. They have this attitude, they don't want to follow instructions, they don't want to do anything. That's because they was never taught from the age of 0 birth to 18, 19 when they left to follow any sort of male authority. They just barely got the high school diploma and they off to wherever boot camp and they don't listen. Aggressive betas lack father figures. Never forget. It was 2 summers ago, right? I played in this men's basketball league. And it was this black dude. Well, pretty much every dude black. This one dude in particular. And something happened. It got kind of dicey on the court, right? You know how shit is for you athletes. And I remember I went up for a rebound. I'll never forget this kid. And I felt a shove in my back. I mean, it was like a legit shove. It wasn't no fighting for, it was like a legit, like a Heisman stiff arm shove. And I jumped, and then, they called a foul on whatever guy. And he looked at me like with an attitude. right? So after the game, I approached him like, what's going on, everything okay, yada yada yada. He was like, yeah, man, my bad. I just I didn't mean to do that. I see you got your daughters, man. My dad wasn't with me at the time. I didn't grow up with a dad, so they lucky. And I started to realize, like, put two together. I'm like, this hyper masculine, degenerate ass dude. Oftentimes they're just missing that key piece. Of course, he meant to do it, right? And they have that resentment. A lot of black men have that resentment because they didn't. Their fathers wasn't actually there in the picture growing up. It doesn't make them feel good. They want to be loved and everything like that. But the mother, I'm going to keep going back to the women because they're the ones who let the dudes knock them up. If black women said, hey, you know what? That guy does have a Gucci belt. He has that. He does have some Jordans. But I'm going to go for the guy who has a nice suit on or nice dress shoes and, and everything of that nature. I'm going to go for a guy who has a consistent income, who has maybe education past high school or graduated high school. I'm going to get knocked up out of it. If they did that, instead of chasing swag, because that's what black women chase. Oh, he got swag. Okay, I'm going to be with him. I'm going to have a baby with him. He got swag. Instead of them chasing the long-term deal as far as quality, the whole black community would be straight. Right? But the thing is, black women don't chase that. You have to have swag. You have to have some sort of multiple baby mamas and criminal record, dysfunction, a convict, for them to get wet and them to salivate over you. Right? Eastern girls were raised a bit differently, so they have a little bit more self-control. Yeah, stuff like that always happens to pickup games. No, but what I'm saying is, he came to me. He was like, his dad went there, but I'm just giving you. He was a degenerate. It's just that simple. Future got kids, and black women still lining up. Exactly. If you guys know Future the rapper, some of you guys need to look up guys. Look up this guy. Future has multiple kids. How many kids he got? About like 7 or 8 kids. But there's black women lined up to fuck with him. Isn't that backwards? Black women love rappers. Now, I do like his music, but I'm saying, as far in context, when it comes to black women choosing guys, guess what? Black women would rather be with a guy and line up with a guy who has 7, 8 kids, 10 kids, 20. There's a video online, guys, where I forgot what show, but some guy has 19 fucking children. Some black dude. And they had 3 black dudes now. They had like a total of 30-some children between the 3. Right? I forgot what show. If y'all dig hard enough, y'all can look it up. Right? So, this is what black women like. For the most part. This is what they go for. Now, yeah, and guess what? He gonna continue to have kids by chicks. And some of y'all think, man, he's just a rapper. He got money. No, it's dudes that's broke as shit. That's in the inner cities right now who got 5 kids, 6 kids. Guess what? Black women still lining up for him. And he don't got bread like that. He probably got to sell a little weed or something like that, but he don't got money like that. NBA young boy 20 with 5 kids and herpes, with women still lining up. Yeah. What happens in the black community? Attorney O'Kamari got 13 kids, about 12 different baby mamas. Hey, man, it's crazy. The government is black women. Help mate new husband. Call the show 630-618-7110. Sad as it is, it's the truth. And I know a lot of you might say, man, Darius, man, you talking about our black queens. No, that's not queens. Those are not my queens. Because how a queen is supposed to act is she's supposed to be submissive, feminine, cooperative, not argumentative, approachable, in shape. Is that what black women exude? No. And of course, she can't even be a black woman. So bad you can't be a queen without a king. So they're backwards in that perspective. Go ahead, talk to us where you're from. Not all, but overwhelming majority of them. Right? Some of y'all gonna say not all of them. You might as well say damn near all. That's the majority. Come on, man. Brother Liz, how do we fix this problem? I talked about it before a few minutes ago. There has to be some sort of consequence. Right now, there's no consequence. So there has to be the food stamps taken away. There has to be Section 8 taken away. And there has to be an abundance of black men who are dealing with other races of women. So when there's laws, that's when black women will start to see, oh, damn, we probably need to fix ourselves. But if there's no laws, if there's thirsty black men who like fat, nasty, disrespectful chicks with green, purple weave, there won't be no change. Me personally, I'm not here to save no fucking black community. I'm not saving this shit. Fuck that. I'm going for peace, femininity, cooperation, blowjobs, baked goods, and back rubs. Who down to give that? Black women ain't down to give that. So guess what I'm gonna go fuck with? Other races of women. I've already had that treatment anyway. At the age of 18, 19 when I was in the military. So I know where it's at. So I don't want to settle for anything less than that.